I have everything here to make a buttercream icing. So I have butter, I have cream, I'm gonna use heavy cream in this recipe, and I have icing sugar and vanilla. There it is, okay. There it is. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do, I've got 1 pound of butter in with my mixer with the paddle attachment. I'm just gonna get that creaming. So I've got my creamed butter here, and now I'm going to start adding my icing sugar. Now this is going to make you bananas because I'm not going to use a recipe. What I'm going to do with half a pound of butter, I can expect to use 4 cups of icing sugar. So with a pound, I'm gonna expect to use about 8 cups of icing sugar, which is one of those packets that you would buy at the store. I'm gonna give it a quick pulse so we don't have a big puffy mess here. I'm gonna start slow, and then I'm going to, for my liquid, this is a little trick, it's a little trick. For my liquid, I'm going to be using heavy cream. You can use water, you can use milk, you can use almond milk if you wanted something, animal product free, but again, I would just use water. But I find the whipping cream gives a really, really nice texture. So you can see it's quite dry. So I'm gonna add probably about a 1/4 cup of icing, or of whipping cream, and watch my texture. So when you get a cake from Safeway or a commercial bakery and they have really, really, really white icing, that icing is made with shortening. So please don't expect to get that really, really vibrant white color that you would with a commercial bought cake. I'm gonna add about another 1/4 cup because I want it to soften up. Remember, I'm gonna be adding another 4 cups. Icing sugar. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Again, if you were making a different flavor of cake, then you could add your coconut or your, I don't know, caramel or whatever, what are they called? Extracts that you wanted. 3, I'm gonna get this going. Pulse it. Start it slow. Now I'm going to add that cream. Fire it up a bit. Texture that I want. What is important to know is what application are you using for your icing. So if you're doing something that requires a thinner icing, like a crumb coat, or maybe you're writing something on the cake, you're gonna need a bit of a thinner icing. I tend to make my icing too thick, so I'm gonna be really cognizant of that today. I'm gonna add the rest of this icing sugar, and I'm gonna leave the majority of my icing pretty thick because I want my final coat and I want my border to be a pretty thick icing, but my crumb coat I need to be pretty thin, and I'll show you how to do that. There's a heavy cream, I'm gonna stop, I'm gonna scrape it down, and now I'm gonna have a little texture test. So you can see as I'm scraping this, it is quite stiff. This would be a very difficult icing to spread onto a cake, even if you wanted something to hold its shape. So I am going to thin this out with a bit more heavy cream, and then I'm going to use water to thin out the rest for the crumb coat. Another 1/4 cup. That wasn't quite a 1/4 cup, a couple tablespoons maybe. Really putting Alaska to work today. What do you think of this, Ms. N?
I think Alaska's ready for a vacation.
I think so. Honestly. Aren't we all? Okay, what do we think of my icing though?
Looks good.
Too thick?
Looks a little thick.
She's a little thick, but again, I like a thick icing. When I was growing up and I was learning to bake, I always made icing way too thin. Was this you too?
I didn't realize
how much butter. It is basically butter. That's like cinnamon buns. You don't realize like how much butter is in the middle. Beautiful. I'm happy with that.